Yes. Hello, hello, and welcome. Today we are talking sugar-free snacks for my busy professional friends. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a fun one because snacking is actually one of the number one questions I receive. We are in our last week of Healthy Sexy May. And in that, a lot of you know, we release the sugar, we release the dairy, we release the gluten. But out of all three of those things, sugar happens to be the one that most people, I will say, struggle with. And they have questions like, well, I have a sweet tooth. What do I do so that I don't eat everything in the kitchen? And I've got a few answers to that. But today, we're just going to focus on the things that we can eat that our bodies love and appreciate. A little housekeeping really quick. I've got my iPad here to the right. So if you see me looking to the right, just know you still have my full attention. I'm just checking here if you have any questions or comments as we go. And I am just double checking the sound really quick because last time that was the issue and it was not fun. So it looks like we're good. Okay, yes, sugar-free snacks. And also, before I just dig into all this beauty you see in front of me, I want to mention that I am a huge fan in intermittent fasting. There's a lot of research. Just go to Dr. Google. You'll find what you need if you are curious as well. I share a little bit about that in some of my programs. So I'm always happy to talk to you directly if you want to do a one-to-one consultation. Or of course, if you want to jump into any of our group coaching, I would love to support you in that. So the only reason I mentioned that is because snacking, it's actually not my favorite thing because we do want to give our intestines a chance to rest and digest. And so I really like the idea of planning your meals ahead of time. I don't mind sharing with you, I typically eat between the hours of 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. and then that's it. So, and I try to just do 2 meals. So I get my, largest meal of the day around 11 a.m. and then follow that by dinner around 6:37. And I'm satiated the whole way through. And what that does, it helps me sleep better at night. It helps to balance my hormones. It keeps my energy high and it keeps my tummy flat, mostly flat. We're getting there. I will tell you, this week has been, a little bit of a wild ride on the nutrition, but we're getting there. I will say 8 days free of caffeine. I was gonna say 8 days. How do I want to put that positive? I'll just say I haven't had coffee in 8 days, and the first 3 days, that was a little tough. I had the throbbing headache back here and the headache under my eyes. It felt like, I'm calling it a headache. I guess that was an eye ache. But day 8, I'm feeling so much better, and it's so much more worth it because I am getting my sleep that's been increased, and my energy's better, and it's just all around better. So just as a hip tip, if you too are curious about releasing the caffeine, it is so worth it. Okay, so to get into it, sugar-free snacks. So I'll start with actually, how about that? How about we'll go to the, really great snacks. So the reason why I say, okay, when I'm touching the bananas is because yes, technically they are sugar-free, but they also contain a lot of fructose. So if you are a banana lover, I'm not going to argue with you. Keep eating your bananas, but maybe you would consider eating half a banana and then maybe spreading that out, maybe half a banana every other day, and then eventually maybe just half a banana every 3 or 4 days. Just because, yes, they are amazing in potassium. However, they're also amazing at getting your glucose levels up because they do have the sugar. But again, I'm not going to argue with you if you love your bananas. It's not the worst thing in the world to eat. So we got the bananas. Side note, as I'm thinking about that, because I know a lot of people like to use bananas in their smoothies, try substituting it with an avocado because the texture is the same to make your smoothies delicious, but you're going to get the low to zero sugar with the avocado. And again, super high potassium there. And of course, the healthy brain fat, which is what we all want, especially for those of us who are over 40. Get those avocados and healthy fats in your diet. So because I said we're going this way, then I also brought out the apple, because more than anything, I want you to have easy to grab snacks. I used to work in corporate for actually a little over 25 years. And that was one of my biggest struggles is I'd often eat just because I was bored a lot of times. I don't mind admitting. But it would have been nice to always have this information that I have that I want to share with you, which is it's easy to grab healthy items. So perhaps if you do love apples, maybe you're going to choose the green apple over the red because it's going to be less sugar, but also equal fiber. With that said, whether you're grabbing the green or the red apple, I do strongly encourage you to add a healthy fat and a protein, which, you know, maybe you put on a slather of almond butter, which would be lovely. I think I got this at Target, nice and easy, creamy almond butter. And Nutso, love this brand, not endorsed by them, but they're just really good. I'll read the ingredients here. They've got cashew, almonds, Brazil nuts, all amazing brain food right there. Black seeds, chia seeds, hazelnuts, pumpkin seeds, and a little bit of sea salt. So not only is it good for you, but it's really delicious. So and you know, those of you who are at desks, you can keep this in your desk, a jar of some yummy nut butters, and or for my friends who might be allergic to nuts, there's an amazing array of seed butters in the store now. So you can get the sunflower seeds, the pumpkin seed butter. You can even, Google it. You can make your own seed butter and or nut butter while we're at it. So I encourage you to plan ahead. If you want a free meal planner, just go to michellefox.com/planner. And you can it's a beautiful, if I do say so myself, easy template where you print it out. And I'm doing this as if you can see it. You can see what I'm imagining. And it's day by day. And you just put on the chart what you're going to eat for each meal. I would say at a minimum, you want to put all your dinners on there because that's typically what takes the most time. But also I encourage you to put your snacks on there so that you're not tempted to go over to that vending machine and or run down to the coffee shop, because you, my friend, will be prepared. Now I see some things moving on the screen, so I just want to make sure everything's okay with the tech. Okay, so far so good. Sweet. Okay, so we are going to be prepared. michellefox.com/planner to grab your free planner. All right, so we got the bananas, the apples, and for those of you who are watching, what did I say might be good to add to the apples if you are choosing to indulge? And while I wait for that, I will let you know, I myself try to avoid fruits as much as possible. You know, I'll have them on occasion, of course, but that's more of like my dessert, because there are so many ways to get that, I guess that satiation that we're looking for when we're often turning to the sugar. You can get that through alternative sweeteners like stevia, which is a nice herbal. And there's two others that I really like, which you can head to michellefox.com. Just go to my front page and you'll see all the freebies there, but I've got some free resources for you if you want to look at some great sugar alternatives. So go there. So let's see if anybody commented. All right, not quite yet. So if you're watching the replay, you probably are yelling at the screen, add some almond butter. And the crowd goes wild. Yes, we're adding almond butter to the apples if that's what we are choosing to snack on. All right, another great snack. And now we're just getting off the chart as far as worst to best, because now everything else is just gravy. Gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, gravy. I'm loving all these snacks. And so actually, I'll just go from my left to right to show you. So we keep sunflower seeds in the house. They are a great source of sesamin, which is awesome to support our eye health and our skin health. We've got pumpkin seeds. We keep this jar right here on the counter. So as I'm preparing dinner behind me, the kids can often come just grab that if they're feeling hungry beforehand. I often put out the baby carrots to put them actually on this side of the counter so they can grab those. I also put out a little bowl of olives typically, because this is another great healthy fat that's brain supportive, and it helps keep the hunger at bay. So those are the easy things to grab if you're snacking at night or midday. I would say during the day, nuts and seeds are really the easiest go-to. So we've got our roasted almonds here. We get those at Costco, which are, you know, relatively inexpensive, and they're dry roasted and they're delicious. An awesome source of protein, fat, and fiber, just in one beautiful, wholesome piece of food. So we want the almonds, pistachios. I always think of those as a treat because they are kind of actually on the sweet side, but they're just so delicious and filled with protein. So, and I love getting, this is the one hip tip, if you do love the pistachios, try to go for the shelled, because that will slow you down so that you're not just grabbing the whole handful and eating them, because as with anything, a little bit in moderation is going to probably be good for you. A lot, not so much. Your body might not love that. So I just encourage you to go slow. Next, we have the hard-boiled egg. I'll bring both. Hello. We've got the hard-boiled egg. So as you're doing your meal planning and or meal prepping, most of us who are working in corporate or working in the office tend to do that on the weekends. So I just encourage you, while you're doing that, place your eggs in the Instapot and cook them. It takes like under 20 minutes, and or on the stove, same, takes under 20 minutes. So that then you have these easy to grab eggs. And so whether or not you peel them the night before, put them in a glass container to take to the office with you, you can take them whole and just take, you know, an extra second to peel them in your office kitchen. So that's a great source of protein and easy to grab. What else? Oh, this was actually a nice reminder. We had our Healthy Sexy May group coaching call on Tuesday night, and one of the participants mentioned rice cakes with a smear, I love the sound, smear of almond butter. I'd say that's an excellent snack because you're gonna get your protein, fat, and fiber from the almond butter, but then also the brown rice is a pretty neutral carb that's gonna help satiate you even longer. We definitely want to avoid those 3 p.m. crashes. And again, we want to avoid those quick runs for coffee. Ugh. Yeah, I can say that now that I'm on the other side, right? Or those quick runs for the sugary sweets that you think might wake you up. They're not doing you any favors. So I encourage you, I'd like to inspire you to just reach out for perhaps some new snacks. Perhaps your problem is just that your taste buds have been bored. We'll try something new. For instance, have you tried these delicious crackers? And I'm not endorsed by any products you see on the screen, just so we're clear. These are just products that I have in my kitchen because me and my family love them. So this one is a Simple Mills. It's almond flour. Let's go ahead and read the ingredients on this one. It's a nut and seed flour blend, sea salt, organic rosemary, organic onion, organic garlic, organic pepper. Delicious for my friends who can tolerate garlic and pepper. If not, they have a plain version, which is delicious and nutritious, and it's an easy grab. I know in my former Healthy Sexy group, the one we did earlier this year, one of the participants told me, she's like, I just need something crunchy. I can't get away from chips because I need that crunch. And my solution is there are some really high quality crackers. I got this at Sprouts, and I got these crackers at Costco, but I've noticed even in the typical, I guess you'd say, the typical grocery stores, there's like, the shelves are like making space for some really delicious, I'm gonna put it in quotes, alternative snacks. And I say it in quotes because I really believe all the food should be there. Like, the foods we see with all the fillers and the preservatives, it's just so not necessary. But I think the world is getting the message. So all of that to say, just stay open and stay curious. So yes, take your weekly meal planner, take it to the store, but also as you're walking through the aisles, notice like, oh, that looks like it might be a delicious new brand to try. Let's look at the label. Let's make sure it's sugar-free, dairy-free, gluten-free. And oh, it is. It's going in the cart. So let's try that. Again, I got this brand, the Crunch Master at Costco. And this has a really good crunch and it has that nice sea salt. So if you're looking for that salty crunch, it's delicious there. And oh, one of my fun snacks that the kids actually go through, I literally have to hide these from them, are these chomps. So the flavor we love are the original turkey stick and the jalapeno beef stick. So when I say hide, no, I'm not the evil stepmom. Although, you might want to ask them to verify. They might have a different opinion as I laugh. I'm not. But with that said, I do kind of ration them out because if I didn't, these would be gone in a day. So what I love about these meat sticks are they're an excellent hit of protein. They are sugar-free and they're just delicious. So I actually carry a stick or two in my purse for when my blood sugar feels like it's getting a little low. So if I'm out on the road, beef sticks it is. All right, so what else? Some more nuts. Celery is really easy to grab, cut, rinse. Again, with the meal planning and the meal prepping, hopefully the weekend before, just throw some in a glass container, keep them in the fridge at work, and or just grab them on your way out of the door on your way to work, and you've got the celery. And again, we want that smear of almond butter and or the yummy nutso. And I think, if my memory serves correct, I think they have a couple different flavors as well that are also sugar-free and delicious. So let me know actually if you find something else that you like that's similar or maybe even different, but that meets our criteria of sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free to keep our community healthy and keep our energy up. I think those are the main things I wanted to show. I will tell you it is a little after 11:30 here in Denver. And so I am actually ready for my meal. I have not eaten yet. And so I am just quickly slicing a cucumber because this is another fun, easy snack. You can hear the slice. Doesn't it just sound so fresh and delicious? It smells so fresh and delicious. It smells like springtime in my kitchen. Another fun tip when you are snacking and or just eating a meal is to try to make it beautiful. Because there's something about our senses that, like I said, it smells like spring, but if it also looks beautiful, we already know it's going to feel beautiful because it's that really good, dense nutrition. Then in the long run, our bodies and our taste buds are just happy. And it makes it so that we're more motivated to continue to get this nutrition in our body. So I just did these beautiful cucumber slices. Now I'm going to sprinkle them with a bit of sea salt. And for those of you who have been with me for a while, we know that sea salt has a similar pH to our bloodstream. So those of us who might have high blood pressure and or other blood issues, this is a beautiful alternative. And of course, you might want to double check with your doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm a culinary nutritionist. And so the salty part makes it that much more delicious. And I just realized I forgot my healthy fat. So I'm gonna just walk backwards. I'm gonna grab my olive oil, which makes it taste even that much more delicious. But if you're at your office, maybe you don't have, a beautiful bottle of olive oil sitting there, but maybe you do. Maybe you keep one in the cabinet there. That could be a nice alternative. And you drizzle it. And so now I've got my fiber, my healthy fat, and then the protein. I'm gonna have a bit of nuts to make up the difference. And that is really delicious. So Let me know if you have any questions moving forward. Feel free to DM me. If you like what you see here, consider joining our membership. I am so excited about this one. It's called Nourish, the membership. And this is for my 40, 50 plus friends who are interested in balancing their hormones, increasing their energy, and just being in a circle of support. I can tell you our circle is small but mighty right now. And so we are slowly growing. Early bird pricing does end July 1st though. So I want to let you know, you probably want to get in sooner than later because the price will be going up in July. And the most fun part, at least most fun to me, and also the most fun that I've heard in the surveys that I've received, is the group coaching. So for a really nominal fee, you get monthly group coaching. And at this point, it's the third Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Mountain. So I hope that helps. Feel free to take a screenshot if you want to try any of these delicious products and let me know how it goes. I'm going to double check real quick to make sure I'm not missing any questions or comments. And it looks like we're good. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for watching the replay if you are still here. And again, come join us, Nourish. It's going to be an amazing ride. I will talk to you soon.